Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast. What's up, y'all? Hanging out right now with my boy, Mr. Paul Paluca. Welcome to the 2018 Before Kickoff podcast. You know who I am. You know what I do. So, I want to start off the year by saying thank you to everyone who made it to the draft. Everyone was on time. Everyone was excited about being there. Everybody was punctual. Got to meet some new players. Got to meet some new teams. So the draft was a big success, as it always is. And I just want to share my appreciation for everyone being there and being on time, being ready to have a great fantasy football season. The High Rollers League now is in its 16th year. Started off with a very, very small league, 8-man league. Built its way up to what it is now. Hopefully looking to go bigger next year. We'll see how that works, but that's neither here nor there. What I want to talk about now is how the drafts went. The drafts, the addition of the flex player really made a change to how the drafts went. That was pretty cool, pretty exciting, pretty new. Usually it's a quarterback-heavy league. The addition to the flex player made it go running back. A lot of teams went running back, or receiver, leaving the quarterbacks to go later in the draft. So I like adding something new that throws a twist, makes you think a little bit, do a little more research. We will see how the flex player addition works out, how it affects the teams going forward, and I think all in all, though, each draft had its own additional difference. Draft number 1 Friday night, a lot of teams didn't take a quarterback until 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th round. First draft on Saturday, there was a couple quarterbacks that went early. First 3 rounds, there's probably 5 or 6 of them gone. And then after that, it was a big rush to get receiving. In the third draft, it was a little more balanced, which I was really surprised about. You still had your top quarterbacks going early, and then after that, it was just whatever everybody wanted. So a nice little twist to the draft. I wasn't really surprised on some of the picks. I hear that I surprised a lot of people by not taking Aaron Rodgers and taking Deshaun Watson on the Friday draft with the first overall pick. Well, you know, after decades of doing and playing favoritism toward having Rodgers and the better players, I decided I'm going to go with what I feel like can win me a league instead of taking second or being called the Buffalo Bills of this league with 4 second-place finishes. So that's that. All in all, like I said, it was a wonderful set of drafts. Everybody was ready. Didn't really have too many people going over the time limit, thank goodness. All the drafts were done in about 2 hours, 2 hours and 25, 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Like I said, all in all, a success in my opinion. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Let's move on to some league news. I kind of feel sorry for the teams that have Le'Veon Bell. Not going into week 1 with Le'Veon Bell, which was most of everybody's draft pick, number 1 in each league. Not number 1 overall, but number 1 pick for a team. Not going into the season with their number 1 pick really kind of sucks. It could affect you big time, especially if you didn't draft in preparation of having a deep team. So Le'Veon Bell, is he going to report? Who knows? When? He has to by no later than week 11 if he wants to become a free agent. I'll throw it out there and say that he'll be back next week or the week after. So those people that rush to get James Conner, me being one of them, only be able to use him for a temporary amount of time. But still and yet, hey, if that wins your game, that wins your game. I don't like Pittsburgh's matchup this week against Cleveland, so we'll see how that goes. But it kind of, like I said, I'm sorry to see the teams that don't have Le'Veon Bell this week. That's their first overall pick. Big point scorer. All 3 teams that have him potentially could take a loss because of that. Sucks. Resurgence of Adrian Peterson, named the starting running back in Washington. We'll see how that works out. 33-year-old Adrian Peterson looked fresh in his only preseason game with Washington. So I can see why they named him starter, especially after their rookie running back got hurt and was out for the year. Surprised to see that though. A lot of I'm excited this year. We'll see how it goes. Carson Wentz not playing week 1 really surprises me. I thought that he would be ready, but he just wasn't ready for contact yet. So we'll see. Nick Foles, that great quarterback for the ex-Chiefs, we'll see how he does. I don't think he's going to be great. We'll see how that goes against Atlanta tonight. So that's all my rant and raving about some of the things that's happened. Oh, wait a minute, no, I want to talk about the Kaepernick and Nike deal. I really think that that's a good thing. I like that Nike took a stand and found a way to make money off this Kaepernick standing or kneeling concept. Equality is a big topic in the world today. I don't have any ill feelings about Nike doing that. I know there's some people that support Kaepernick, some people don't. I am a Kaepernick supporter, and only because I want to see the world become a better place and accept everybody for who they are and what they are and whatever their dreams may be. If you ain't seen the commercial, you need to check it out. All right, I'm going to go right into the picks for this week. I did not prepare. I am not going to prepare by naming off certain players on teams. What I'm going to do is I know who's on whose roster, and it wouldn't be hard for anybody to figure it out. All you got to do is look at the site. But I'm going to go ahead and make my picks for the winners for this week, see how my record is, and in future podcasts, if we have one every week, which I don't know what we're going to be able to do, if I'm going to be able to do that yet. I have a lot going on in the evenings, but we'll see how that goes. If not, I still may get on the website and put my picks on there. So, game number 1, Do You Believe in Magic versus Bohica. Very close matchup. I think on the site, Bohica is favored by 1.5 to 2 points. Of course, I'm going to go with Do You Believe in Magic. Bohica does have a strong team. We'll see how that plays out. Want to Be Like Mike versus Beast Mode. Want to Be Like Mike is a new team, has a lot of firepower. I believe he's a 25-point favorite over Beast Mode. I'm going to run with Want to Be Like Mike. Gotcha Bitch versus Big Ball and Shot Calling. I like Big Ball and Shot Calling's team. I think with Rodgers and the additional players, even though I don't like Rodgers' matchup per se this week, I think that Rodgers is still going to do what he does. I like Big Ball and Shot Calling to win this week. Old Chicago Pizza versus Light My Fire. Old Chicago Pizza, I believe, is one of the teams. If they got hit by the not having Le'Veon Bell, he is pretty deep. I'm still going to go with Light My Fire, the defending champ, who was favored by 25 points this week. Sunshine Daydream versus the GOAT, the greatest of all time. I am going to go with the greatest of all time in a close matchup this week. Fig Jam versus the Groovy Newbie. Hard to say that one of these teams that have two teams, one of these owners that have two teams is going to go 0-2, but I believe it's going to happen this week, and I am going to pick it to be the Groovy Newbie. So my projection is Groovy Newbie and Old Chicago Pizza will lose both their games this week. So Fig Jim gets the win. D&Z versus Mile High Club. In this matchup, I like Mile High Club. 6165 Show against Oklahoma. 6165 Show drafted a team like they normally would. They got Phillip Rivers. They got Keenan Allen. They got the guys that they love. They seem to have every single year for some reason. They play Mile High Club. I think that team is the better of the Wayne's two teams. So I'm going to go with Mile High Club to beat 6165 this week. Scratch that. My mistake. First podcast of the year. Sorry, guys. 6165 Show plays Oklahoma. So I'm going to go with 6165 Show this week. Sorry about that. The Mile High Club plays D&Z. And I'm going with Mile High Club if I didn't already say that. The next game is Hardcore versus Total Chaos. I'm going to definitely go with Hardcore. Total Chaos got hit by the Le'Veon Bell. He doesn't have a very deep team. He's going to get beat this week. TNT, who's Dynamite, gets to play against P&L. P&L is going to be probably starting Nick Foles because he has Carson Wentz. I'm going to go with TNT, who's Dynamite. Get on the winning streak right now. Welcome back to the league, by the way, P&L. Nice to see you come back after taking a couple years off. Glad to have you back. Next matchup is That Was Then, This Is Now versus Pain Inc. Is it possible for Pain Inc. to break the 0 streak? I believe he is 0 for his last 16 games leading back to the last 2 years. Can he break the streak versus That Was Then, This Is Now, formerly known as Black on Black Crime? Well, I'm going to roll with Pain Inc. this week. I say he finally gets off the schneid and knocks off That Was Then, This Is Now. Nothing But Trouble versus Playtime. This is going to be the matchup of the week. I think Playtime is over, beats Nothing But Trouble. I believe his team is stronger. I believe it's better. I believe he gets a win. So that is the end of the picks for this week. Sorry about the earlier confusion. Like I said, week 1 podcast, got to get the jitters out. Got to make sure I got everything in line. My bad. Get together. I'll get together. You know how I roll. Anyway, thank you for playing in the High Rollers League this year and many years to come. Have a wonderful season. Good luck to all teams, and I'm out.